You know about apoptosis.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe the most famous kind of programmed cell death. And have you heard of pheroptosis?
When I was searching about this, yes, I came up with that word. Yes.
Oh, what did you find out?
The apoptosis is like the program type of like cell death, right? It happens naturally when you're building up the cells and stuff. But the pheroptosis is something, the action happened when you have the high levels of iron in your bodies. So people try to use those pheroptosis for some kind of like a cancer treatment or something.
That's how I heard about it at this school.
Right.
Our radiation lab studies some of that.
Okay. Oh, they're doing something like that. Oh, fancy.
So there's also pyroptosis. Did you find that one?
Pyroptosis.
Yeah.
Can you give me the explanation of
Not too much, because I don't know that well about it, but pyroptosis, pyro means like fire, or flame, and so this emptying ptosis means to fall off. So all of these are some kind of a falling off, some kind of a degradation of the cell. Pyroptosis is more explosive, like the name fire hints at. This is where the immune cell splits open in order to let some of the
cytokines and everything.
Yeah. Some of that comes out to attack whatever the foreign body is.
Okay.
But that's a bit more destructive. Now, this new one that was discovered in a paper published this year is called Ruptosis. And I thought this was such a cool word because it comes from rupture and then ptosis. And they also named the cells that induce ruptosis ruptoblasts.
Blast, yeah.
Also very cool.
Right.
Because blast sounds like an explosion.
Right. Yeah, they got a good name of it.
It's a really
yeah.
Of course, in this case, blast just means like a primordial type of cell that can become something else.
Right.
These were found in flatworms called planarians.
Yeah, it's good. Very interesting animal, right? You know that they can also build up the brain if you cut those animals, and they can actually remember about it in the each like cutted body they have. So the people were saying about maybe they have a different type of like the memory system, not only in the brain but in somewhere other tissue. They're memorizing some kind of like a stuff, so that even like if we cut it them, they still remember in some other part of the body they're cut it off from.
They retain memories of what's happened before.
So even if you cut them, they still remember the same thing.
Well, I'm getting chills.
So they're also trying to use that for some kind of like, the recognition problem that human might have when they get old, right?
Well, they might offer human medicine another thing. If this process of ruptosis can be somehow developed in humans, maybe it could be also a type of a cancer therapy. But it's very destructive. They call it this because it sort of explodes, and in vitro, it can kill 70 cells that's surrounding it, including in different experimental conditions, E. coli, human cells, and then, of course, it kills its own host cells, too. But as you described, these planarians have great regenerative capability. So if they destroy a relatively large section of their own body, they can recover.
Right. So I just wanted to catch up about the details. So if the ruptosis happen in the body, it means that the cut it off, those like the part of it will destroy us, well, right? They will die somehow.
A significant portion of that animal's body will be destroyed.
But do you mean that those will be recovered and they can actually build up a new body out of it?
Not the destroyed part. The process takes place in just a matter of minutes, and the cells are just gone. They're just completely obliterated. But the main core of the body is still intact.
Okay.
They discovered this by accident. The researchers just wanted to see what would happen if you cut half of a planarian and tried to attach it to another half. And in the process of rejection, they realized it was using these ruptoblasts to kind of eject that foreign body.
So it means that even they fuse those like two different bodies of it, it doesn't mean that those two will destroy each other, right? It means like they still have some like living cells or something around, right. So they can actually build up the full body later on after it.
Hey there, I'm jumping in to say this part more accurately than I did in the original conversation. It turns out that as long as an asexual lineage is combined with another asexual lineage, or a sexual lineage with a sexual lineage, the survival rates are remarkably high for something that has only half of its original body. If you look over here at the survival graph, the AA or the SS that were combined together had a survival rate of more than 95% over a 32-day period. What really happened with the rejection was when you had an asexual lineage combined with a sexual lineage, and they survived just fine for 2 weeks post-fusion, but then the reaction with the ruptosis started to occur, and there was a very sharp decline in survival, where it did end up lining out at around 50%. So that answers our question that it only causes massive destruction when the two genotypes are mixed.
And also one thing, because usually, you know, those apoptosis or stuff like that happen with the particular cells, right? They will target on like some particular cells to destroy it, but these means that they're destroying everything.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't have any target, right? It's like non-targeting, they're like blasting everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that like a good way of surviving? For me, I don't know. Like non-targeting, like
Right.
destroying
That's
sounds like they have to have a lot of like effort of like building it up
Yes.
again, right?
So yeah, it seems like a pretty drastic measure to take. And when I mentioned hopefully that could be used in human medicine, I think that's very far away. I don't know how they might be able to perhaps put a shield on a section of it and have it like direct in a certain way.
They if that happened in a human body,
Yeah.
it means like it's
It's a big
destroying.
problem.
Yeah, it's also like attacking to many of the tissues that is actually functioning like well in the body, right?
So they think that this is a very early response in bilaterian animals. That's animals with bilateral symmetry. And they think it's probably just the very, very early defense mechanism in these animals that have a very good regenerative capability. So if you can regrow your whole body from a tiny bit, destroying a part of your body is not such a huge cost to pay. But this seems to have evolved out of more highly evolved animals. The process is using activin.
Activin, yes, yeah.
So activin, when it's detected in these cells, it starts to accrete calcium on the inside of the cell wall, which makes a pressure difference with the outside environment within the body, and that's what makes it blow up. And so that can happen like really, really quickly. So maybe we could figure out how to do it in
Right.
like some kind of an interesting way to kill a tumor.
Activin, yeah, those activin is also ubiquitous in any other like the human or like other animals as well. So which means that we do have an environment that we can actually grow those ruptosis, right?
I think so. Like, what if you could plant it inside of a tumor cell and have it like blow up from the inside without attacking too many of the human tissues?
So you're just like injecting like directly to the cancer.
Like a bomb, kind of.
Like you mean like you can put those fused like planaria together and like you just inject them inside so that they can grow
Oh
up
my
there.
gosh, I didn't think of planting the worm itself, but maybe that would be the way.
Maybe like you just put those two fused like two bodies of the planaria inside, and then maybe just blast it.
Oh my
inside.
goodness.
Yeah. Is that possible? I don't know.
I mean, I was thinking of something more like sophisticated with CRISPR or this or that, but hey, maybe old-fashioned way is the best way.
Probably the modern scientists will probably do something fancy than this.
Gosh.